Hello everyone, this is going to be another Bitcoin market review, so I'm just gonna explain what I'm watching again, discuss my different game plans, and yeah, explain what I think is going to happen next and what trade triggers I'm looking for. Alright, so first of all, this video is sponsored again by PrimeXBT, so big thanks to them. The links will be in the description as well as 2 promo codes you can use. Alright, so definitely check those out, and big thanks to PrimeXBT for sponsoring. Alright, so Bitcoin. So we saw some downside yesterday. Seemed like everyone was scared, everyone calling for new lows. But yeah, just gonna take a look at what levels I'm watching here, okay? First things first, the daily range that we're trading in is gonna be this one. I think I've already explained this in a previous video. So from this all-time high, we dumped and made this low. From this low, we went up again, retested the mid-range, then swept, okay, another deviation below. Resistance at the mid-range, dump again, resistance, dump, then strong close above. We went for the highs, deviated above, okay, rejected, retest, and then sold downside. Now we came into the mid-range and seeing some upside here. So in my opinion, things are looking pretty damn good for continued upside, okay? So also gonna mark out this area, which is 4-hour demand that I was watching. And then let's take a look at last week's low and last week's high. So this is last week's low. So let's mark that out. And last week's high. Last week's high. Top left. Okay. And last week's low. Bottom left. Alright, and then zooming in again. Okay. As you can see, you already have a clean view on what's happening here, right? So we deviated or swept last week's low, as you can see. So initially here on the hourly, you can see that better. From this downside, we stalled or price moved sideways from this low, okay, on the lower time frames. And then price retested last week's low as resistance right here, and then we dumped again and swept the low, and then yeah, so another deviation below here, retest of this key low, and now we're slowly reclaiming last week's low. So the draw liquidity, right, last week's low has been taken in this move, this local low has been taken on this move. So the draw liquidity is definitely to the upside, in my opinion. So we just took this high. So ideally, you want to see last week's low hold here. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this and then head higher. But on the 4-hour, like I explained, we deviated or swept last week's low into the mid-range, into this key pivotal area. So resistance, 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 above, okay? So now we're retesting this as support and a solid reaction while sweeping the lows with clean highs to the upside. So the drawn liquidity is definitely to the upside, in my opinion. First area that I'm watching is this key high right here. So let's mark that out as well. Key liquidity above that high. As you can see on the daily, it's the high of this ugly daily candle. So there's definitely gonna be a lot of stops above there, and we have clean supply and yeah, untapped supply and a range high above. So it would only be yeah, it would be a clean play, in my opinion, to go for maybe see some downside here, but then ultimately slowly grind up to this high and then sweep the high into range high here. And then from there we'll have to see what happens if funding and premium and stuff like that rise again. We might see some downside again first, and then followed by more ranging, and then the breakout to new highs. And if it's not, I mean, could just go from here. Okay, but overall, right here, right now, I'm pretty bullish and expecting more upside towards 58k around there. On the very lower time frames, the 50-minute here, we have this key low lining up with all of these key levels. As you can see, solid reaction from there, but failed to make a new high. So I think we do see some downside here. Maybe even in here, wick into this demand, something like this, and then continued upside. First target, this high right here. But yeah, I think we'll fill in this inefficient down move pretty quickly into this high, like I already said. Okay, but on the lower time frame might get something like this. All right, so I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.